I have been very excited about this book, Groups at Work by Laura Lipton and Bruce Wellman, talking about the protocols that you can use as you're facilitating a team meeting or a PD, any sort of time where groups come together. And it's really great. First of all, I just love the readability of it. But second of all, it's a lot of really good content that is immediately applicable. And they have really cool templates that you can use and like kind of pop up on a slide with all of the directions or things, prompts that you would use for the teacher. So let's get into kind of the first category where I'm going to select one sample that I've really liked. This is an activator. What would you use at the start of a meeting?
Here we go. Four corners activity, but in this one, basically you have these four corners of a room where you have topics laid out. People think about which content area is of greatest interest to them. They move physically to those corners, so it's a physical activator, but then they go and find a partner or a couple partners to just share why they're there, right? Why did you choose this theme or issue or corner? And then you can invite them to share out with the full group. I also like that they name you could do a second corner choice. I usually only do this as one, but I really like that. I also love their tip to create a handout with brief descriptions. So people aren't just like, okay, choosing a corner based on one phrase. They're reviewing a description, right? I've thought about this in multiple areas. So when I talk about discussions of controversial topics, I might say like there are many parts. There's like the cultural setup and co-creating agreements and how do I phrase the prompt and all of those pieces, right? And so I invite people to kind of play with this and think about how this works for you.
The authors have generously shared this slide as well as other slides for their protocols on the book's website, and I'll link to that in the description. I also want to name, there's a few more that I really like. Since We Last Met is a really good way to kind of reconvene and pick up where we left, finding common ground. So if you have a team who's a little tricky to work together and you just really want to help them kind of not quite in line with like an icebreaker that's a little fluffy, but we're actually noticing things that we all care about and we're kind of building those relationships going into maybe a hard conversation about instruction and pedagogy and change that people are going to be resistant to. So that's another really good one I would check out too.